Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever you want to find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world we're in, this is another scene for Unmask Orlando, the vampire venue. This scene picks up where our last one left off, when Alex rushed out of the White Wolf Cafe, trying to escape some bad news she received. And she's headed back to her apartment.
Flying back to her
Hey,
apartment, more like.
well, Jason is flying using bat form and celerity, but she is probably using
Just using
celerity.
celerity, yes.
As she gets to the front door, Jason will turn into human form and land.
And she's
He'll
pretty
kind
much
of
shaking to put the key in the door so that she'll get in and break something, probably. Because
mind if I follow you in?
she'll turn around and be, what the fuck, Jason?
I figured you needed
Upon
to know.
hearing this, before she gets a chance to get the door open, the door opens up. Her sire standing there. Are you okay?
No.
What did we talk about? Deep breath.
Fine. Let's get in. Jason, in now.
Gotcha.
She'll go in and she'll go in the kitchen and grab the granite countertop, like, really hard because it's one of the
Yeah,
things that
he
don't
is
break easily.
going to come up behind her and take her hands and kind of pull them into her so that she doesn't break the counter.
Jason will just stand back very calmly, just watching.
You're okay.
No.
Yes, you're okay. Are you hurt? You don't look hurt.
I'm not. I'm not hurt. I'm angry.
Yes, well, you're a bruja. You're always angry.
No, that's not me.
Yes.
She
Yes, it
will lean
is.
in and kind of put her forehead on his chest because she's a lot shorter, obviously.
He just kind of pets her hair gently.
I think there's some complication with my business.
With the opening,
Yes.
I read the paper.
Why didn't you tell me?
Because I read it after you left.
Okay,
I
you know,
I don't have telepathy. I'm not a
I
Malkavian
know,
or a Toreador.
I know. I'm sorry. I know. I need to call Barb. This
We'll get
this
this
is
figured
Jason.
out. We'll get this
This
figured
is
out.
George. He's my sire. I'll be right back. And she will beeline for the bedroom to call Barb and pretty much figure out what
George,
the fuck is happening.
George will extend a hand.
pleasure to meet you. Jason Davos, Clan Gangrel.
Mm-hmm. Kind of looks him up and down. So, let me guess. You're one of the ones she's fucking.
He kind of nods and he says, "Yeah, is that a good thing or a bad thing?"
She has a type.
Yeah, she does. It's I don't know. I figured she had to know. I just gave her newspaper and all of that. There's been strange stuff going around here, George. Can't exactly, figured she'd be in the loop about what's going on here. None of that. I figure if there is someone who's willing to break into a museum and steal a priceless antique with that much security, if she's going to have her opening or whatever, I figured she'd want to know about that. Maybe up security a bit. Like it's just,
I would
I
have
knew she.
let me tell
Yeah, I forget about
Well,
Clan
out of
Bruja's
character, yeah,
traits
out of
sometimes.
character, I didn't tell Jason that my sire was in town. I only told Thorn, so he
Yeah,
wouldn't possibly
Jason.
know. So
This is literally the first time Jason's met George, so he didn't even have a clue. And Jason kind of looks down and he says, "Yeah, I didn't know you were in, and I often tend to forget. No offense, Clan Bruja's trait."
We've got a lot of anger.
Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of surprising how many of our clans have that much anger left over.
after
Apparently,
a
Joyce
couple,
has a kid over there.
yeah, after a couple of minutes, you come out of the bedroom, put your phone on the counter, and come back more composed.
He holds an arm out to let her, cuddle up to him.
Yes, she will go cuddle up to him. Well, I told Barb to make sure we're not implicated in anything illicit, at least.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I will have to double check my suppliers from now on. Anyway,
He takes out a piece of paper. 3 more suppliers you could use. After you left, I took the time to look into some of them.
she will smile at him and look in his eyes like deeply, deeply. You're a real treasure, you know that?
I know. He kisses her on the forehead.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how uncomfortable is Jason?
He's very comfortable. He's sitting back very comfortably and smiling.
Okay, good. Because that would make me uncomfortable personally.
No, he's very he's very open. He's very nonchalant. He's just doesn't seem to affect him at all. If anything, it seems to make him kind of happy. You'll
Well,
notice that he actually does get a little bit happier when he shows that when George shows that very uh, comforting sign to her. He actually seems to take that in very high respect.
well, I guess I will have to once more postpone my opening to make sure that everything is in place and in order and legal and whatnot.
Well, you know that I will be here. I'm
I
here
know.
until we get this red lister issue settled. I'm not going to let you stay
Indeed,
here with that in the city. Not alone.
indeed, that is a problem that we must fix very soon.
By the way,
Yeah.
it should be noted that it has been a couple of days since the Tremere were liberated, and there has been no retaliation. None. Last time the retaliation was swift, within a night.
Last time he
Callum
didn't
was
have ag
burned.
damage though. He had 4 ag damage from the blood bond breaking.
Yeah, I think it's been over a week now, which means all of it would be healed.
It's not over a week, it's a few days.
You sure? I think I checked when that
Mm,
video was posted. Okay.
I don't know. It is curious though that we haven't heard anything from that bastard.
How are the other Tremere at the moment? Still compromised?
No,
All right.
they're fine.
It's a good sign.
But yeah, but when Conrad got Castile out, the response was immediate. Now there's been quiet.
Yeah, that scene was on the 24th. It's
Yeah,
the first. It's been over a week, and there's been nothing.
yeah, yeah. Haven't heard anything, haven't seen anything. Nobody has been attacked. Wait. No, it couldn't have been. Could this be related to that issue that your friend Jared brought to us?
I'm not sure. Typically, in my
Doesn't make
experience,
sense. It wouldn't make sense.
when I was in Chicago, something similar happened, and yes, after Jared gave me a little bit of description of what was happening, a similar hiatus or profile happened in Chicago. Killer was never caught, but while it was happening, the kindred community, we everything slowed down a bit. But think of it this way: in Chicago, when the killings started happening and all the strange stuff started popping up, executions were pushed back. The sheriff was less active. The prince hardly ever came out of his domain, period, and was known for throwing very elaborate business parties and then stopped.
Why? Why?
I don't know. We never figured out why. When we,
Well, I
from
don't
what I
think that.
understand, we tracked the killer down. We cornered him, but then he left Chicago, and when he left Chicago, everything just started to slowly return to normal.
I don't think that things have slowed down overall. I mean, I've been out and
Not yet.
about.
Of course, this was over a longer period of time in Chicago. It took us about almost a year
I
before we
don't think it
found the
would
guy.
make sense. So I don't think that. I don't think that the person who's doing the killings is Marcus.
Out of curiosity, I think there is someone you can talk with, Alex.
Talk about
But,
what?
well, it's a hunch. Our little friend here, our red lister, does he make deals? Is he well known for infernalism?
He's well known for infernalism, and he also has vicissitudes. So he could be anywhere. He could be anyone.
Well, if that's the case, I may have a contact you can at least talk with. He works over at the casino. His name is Taryn Delmount.
What kind of contact?
He looks over at George and then looks at you. He says, "You probably wouldn't believe me if I told you. Although after what you've learned tonight, you might."
Well, you've told me that you know some weird people. I knew you knew some lupines, but things are getting a bit out of hand here, Jason.
Things are very complicated, I'm well aware. Just,
Yes.
it gives... He's a contact who you might talk with about infernalism. No, he is not an infernalist per se.
What is he then? A demonologist or something?
You could say that.
Well, then why wouldn't I speak with Thorn about it? He knows other
Because
things.
Thorn does know things related to it, but I believe that Taryn might be able to give you a bit more of a leeway and can actually point you in a direction. I would definitely take Thorn for when dealing with this one. But in terms of finding him, or at least information about it, you might talk to Taryn. I don't know what he can give you, but at least he might be able to give you some reason as to what is going on besides our own little problem. I can't exactly investigate a lot of these murders because we have this red lister problem. But if you talk to him,
Yeah,
he can help.
exactly. I have the same problem, so I will talk with Clarence and see what we can provide.
Agreed.
But at the moment, it worries me that we haven't heard anything from him.
Let's
And And I
We
don't
send
know.
someone into the chantry.
That's like who? We don't know what kind of traps this guy has set in there. I know that Conrad has a lot of wards in.
Well, why not send Conrad? You said he resisted him before.
Yes. Resisted his mental, emotional manipulations and whatnot. That doesn't mean that if the guy is still lurking there, I guess I will. If I told Conrad, he probably will do it. I don't know if that would be wise, though. If we lose Conrad, we lose everyone within the Tremere clan. He's the only one that can break the bonds.
What about one of these elders? These others. Eve. Brannon.
Well, Eve would be the obvious choice due to age and power. And her other abilities, actually. Huh. Yes. Eve can do it. Eve can do it without even being there. Well, I'm not gonna say that you're a genius, but you're getting there.
He smirks a little bit.
Let's give him a kiss. Okay, I think this might work.
I mean, one
This
of
is
us has
going
to come up
to.
with the plan.
Oh. You know, you saying this, I'm getting Van's flashbacks. You two might even get along.
He chuckles and kisses her on the head.
The difference is that you're not frustrating. He is. Anyway, she'll get up, go to the kitchen, get her phone, send a text to Eve, and tell her that. Uh, it needs to be something pretty coded because it's a text.
Come over?
Oh yeah, you can. If you can pop up at my place, pop up at my place. Just that. Well, let's see if Miss Eve is
Up for some investigation.
willing to join us tonight.
It doesn't it doesn't take long before she appears across the room from you.
Eve, please join us.
So, what is this you wanted of me?
Is she there? She's there with a projection, not physically, right?
Yep, it's just an astral projection.
What I wanted from you is exactly what you're doing right now.
Oh,
Would you be able to do this in a different location?
as long as I've been there before.
Hmm.
Or at least
How do you
know what
do
it
that?
looks like.
Well, you see, and please inform the others, but it's been worrying me the fact that there has been quiet from the chantry, no retaliation, nothing. It's been a week and nothing. Last time you remember what happened. It
Yes,
was
this is true. Last time his
immediate.
retaliation was swift and angry. This time, it's been nothing. It's
So,
uncharacteristic.
yes, and very worrisome. And we were thinking who could go there to check things out, and you came up as the obvious choice,
Because of my
considering.
astral projection.
Mm-hmm.
I can do
It's not an
that.
ability many of us have. Are there any dangers to that, however?
It takes a great deal of power to touch someone who's projecting themselves astrally, so powers I don't think
Jason,
even he has.
We don't really
Jason
know
will
the full
ask.
extent.
Jason will ask if there's anything he can do to help. If there is, he'll do it. If not, he'll go ahead and see himself out of the scene since I got to head out.
If I'm just astrally projecting, then no. You should be fine.
All right.
Oh, Jason, by the way, um,
Mm-hmm.
if he's heading out,
Yep.
give us a moment, please, and she'll get up and get him out of the door.
Mm-hmm. You gonna be okay tonight?
Yeah, I'll be okay. I guess there's no point in dancing around the fact that I know we're supposed to attend my opening together, but since my sire is here,
It's fine. I take it you still want me to help out with some security?
certainly I wouldn't say no, and of course I still want you there as a guest.
Of course. You can go
I'll
with
even
whoever you
help you
want.
find. I'll even help find you a date if you wish.
He chuckles a bit and says,
But yeah, I'm glad you're okay with it. I really didn't know how to breach the subject.
"Of course,
But you have to understand he's very special to me.
understood. I wish I had had that kind of connection with my sire, but fortunately mine was the opposite.
I guess I'm one of the lucky few.
Indeed. Have a good night, Alex.
Anyway,
Safe
yeah,
hunting.
all things considered, thank you for bringing it up to me, even if it was a bit of a wrong place, wrong time kind of thing. But
He nods. Once again, I am sorry.
and if you head back, please apologize to Alexi on my behalf.
I will. He holds you
I
and
feel
kisses
like
you on the forehead.
yeah, so give him a hug and a pat on the back. See you off.
Says,
Head back in,
says, safe hunting, and he heads off.
and to you as well.
Peace.
And he'll head back. Sit back on the couch, cuddle up to George.
You notice that Evie is gone?
Okay, that's good night to you too, Eve.
It's about an hour.
Change the overlay then. Jesus.
I, I'm in full screen. I can't change it. Do you know how difficult it is? I gotta exit full screen and.
We're
Yes,
all
I'm
tabbed.
grumbling. Yes, you were with your sire for about an hour.
Oh, I'm
I'm.
gonna tell him about Jason first.
Okay.
So yeah, Jason was supposed to be my date for the opening.
Okay.
Oh
I
yeah,
assume you sorted that
he
out
took it.
then.
Yeah, he took it okay, so yeah, we don't have to worry about him. We're friends.
Good.
I'm glad you didn't scare him off.
Now, I'm not that mean.
I know.
After all, I
But
don't care if you have other lovers. Just as long as I'm number one.
I know, likewise. So, did Eve say anything before she left?
She said she'd be back. So I don't know how long we have, but
Is she actually going there now?
I think that's what she implied.
Gotta love the Malkavians.
Ah, that's what
Ah,
she is. I couldn't really tell. She struck
oh,
me as
well,
somewhat Toreador-esque.
well,
Maybe a little
I've,
Ventrue.
actually, I've been meaning to talk to you about her.
Oh.
She's kind of a controversial figure within the city at the moment because he has some certain abilities. Mm,
Okay.
so she used to be married to a Salubri,
His eyes widen just a little bit.
and she might have picked up some of their skills. Also, I learned that the Salubri are not in fact infernalists, but that's all Tremere propaganda.
Hmm. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. She's
Well,
telling the truth, you know.
I'll enjoy talking to her some more when she comes back. Fucking Malkavians.
Well, she did save Ventral Primogen
Hmm.
from destruction.
Wow. Impressive.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Theodius, well, oh man. Well, I'm sorry about this. I know that you know a lot more about politics than me, enough to hate it, but in order for you to have some idea of what the hell is going on. Okay, so after this whole deal with Darian, Theodius, who was the Toreador Primogen, and a very good customer of mine, by the way, he claimed Praxis.
As
And
one
what I need
should
to
if the
tell you.
prince is compromised.
Well, one might have, but that was the wrong one. I can tell you how opposed I was to that. Completely opposed.
I mean, you've
Um,
told me a bit about him. He's a bit of a traditionalist, yes?
a bit. More like completely.
Hmm. Okay.
Like, there are a few things I can overlook
Mm-hmm.
with him being a customer and whatnot, but as a prince, no, I would not. No. No, really. We would be in, well, as a clan, let's say, in big trouble if that were to happen. And not
Okay.
only just our clan, many other people for whom I care about.
Okay.
We had convinced Adelaide to the current Primogen. You met her?
Yes.
Yes, isn't she?
She's lovely.
Absolutely ravishing. But anyway, she were to challenge him until a couple of days ago, where, well, you know what happened. Emma told us last night. So, yeah, when Conrad extracted his blood sibling from the chantry, Marcus retaliated immediately and he targeted Callum, the Ventru Primogen.
Okay.
So he got burned pretty much badly and he was on the brink of death. Eve was there and she healed him pretty much. But
Healing a
Theodius. Mm-hmm.
kindred. It's not something I've ever heard
Yeah.
of.
Well, yeah, and she did that by opening a third eye on her forehead, which Theodius saw, and he has even reported it to, the higher ups because he's a
The
prick.
Tremere.
No, to the Tremere, yes. And, well, we expect they'll send someone from Vienna, if they haven't already. But the thing is that the truth is not what the Tremere are saying. And I believe Eve. She told me the story.
Okay.
Pretty much how the Tremere came to be was by stealing the blood from kindred. And they diablerized Solid, who was the Salubri elder. Of course, after doing such deeds and after diablerizing every Salubri they could find, they started the propaganda machine, painted them as infernalists, so that they'd gain the upper hand. And so it has happened.
Hmm. Interesting.
What's more interesting is that, considering the circumstances, Eve is actually helping the Tremere out. And so are we.
It's at about that point that Eve's astral projection pops back up.
Miss Wright, welcome back.
Thank you. The chantry is empty.
What do you mean, like completely empty? No
Just
auras, no nothing?
no. Nothing.
Son of a bitch. Empty
I
doesn't mean
know
safe.
I know all of the neonates have gone to be with Brannon and the others as well.
How about his ghouls, his cult?
They've dropped off the map.
Okay, this. Should have expected something like that to happen. He can pop out and pop in whenever he likes. Would there be any way we could locate him?
There's a sympathetic link between each of his childer and him. We could entreat the Giovanni. I know they're not exactly on the best terms with us right now.
Oh,
Given the situation with Vance.
yes. We need to find a way to compel Vance to talk to the rest of us about it because we need to resolve this matter I'm not gonna tell him what you told me, even so.
Probably for the best.
But we could work behind the scenes. I have called a meeting for the Bruja before the Elysium. I'm not gonna
Okay.
have it done. I won't do it advances domain. I'll do it on neutral ground, somewhere that could be safe, and perhaps you could tip off the Dawn.
You're kidding.
No, I'm not. If we're all there, he won't be able to do anything. We might even come to an agreement.
Okay.
This is for the best. I can't betray you, and I can't wait for Vance to trust me. We have to do something, and we have to resolve this and fast.
I won't tip off the Dawn, but I can assume he already has men on top of this. As long as he had Roxy's name, her true name, then he could find her.
Mm,
That's something that the Giovanni are quite capable of.
okay. Then I can assume that if they leave the domain, he might want to follow.
Exactly.
I want you to be there as well.
If we can get the Dawn to make one of these stones for Marcus, well, better for
We will
us.
have to work our best. And let's hope that Vance will not make the situation worse.
Muck it up with his big
I,
mouth.
yes, exactly. I, I could probably negotiate something.
I do like the dear boy, but
I do as well. All these things considered, I think he has great potential for leadership and whatnot, but he's reckless, difficult to trust, which I guess that's not a bad thing, but he doesn't realize that I'm on his side, and that is to his detriment at the moment.
indeed. But
I
I'll say this, the chantry's empty.
still don't think that it would be safe for them to return,
No, it's
unless
probably best they continue to stay with Brannon and I for now. Though I think it's safe now to at least let them out of the house.
I
With
would hope so,
accompaniment.
of course. Mm.
Hmm.
Anyway, um, do you have any advice regarding the dawn? I do have some contacts and some influences in, let's say, his territory, but that's about it.
I can't give you much. I don't know the man well. His name is Bastian. That much I can tell you. And I believe he predates plan, Giovanni.
That is quite curious. Is he really that old?
If
That would mean.
this is the man I think it is, I knew him when I lived in a small place called Dessa, where I met my husband.
Yes, I believe I know where this is.
Yes, it's what would be Turkey today.
Mm-hmm. Not my favorite place in the world, you understand.
Of course.
Yeah, probably George is also rolling his eyes at the
Yeah.
turkey thing.
I
Hmm.
didn't spend long there.
Eve, can I trust you?
I would hope so.
There is something that only people in this room know, apart from my own child. And you're about to find out, because this is what I'm planning to offer to this Bastian.
Okay.
Back in Miami, apart from dealing with jewelry, I was dealing with other things as well. Things that you would consider his territory in Orlando.
Okay.
If I offer him access to that in Miami, whatever I had, do you think it would be enough?
Potentially. If not, I can offer him a boon from one of the oldest elders in the city. Aside, maybe himself.
Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. I don't necessarily trust the Giovanni. Quite the contrary.
Anyway,
But
I should
mm,
go.
yes, I do hope that you do keep my secret.
Of course.
It's not something I'm proud of.
We all do things that we're not proud of eventually.
In any case, I will send word, or you send word rather, when everyone is informed. If you have any need of me,
She
and
nods.
I will see you at the meeting.
I will see you at the meeting, my dear. Thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene for Unmask Orlando, the vampire venue. See you next time.